If you've watched part 1 of what was in the restricted section, you might think you know what was in there. Well, think again, because in this video, we fully explore what was in the restricted section, everything which was hidden from the public, and I'm going to expose exactly what was in there. So grab yourself a GAMERSUPPS, hold on to your butts, because this is going to get wild. Now, we know there were many areas of Isla Nublar that were never explored during Jurassic World or Camp Cretaceous, hence the restricted section. Now, it's worth pointing out that I am not going to be featuring all the dinosaurs and animals I featured in part 1. This is going to be a completely new list, and some of the dinosaurs featured were completely hidden from us during the movie. And one such dinosaur was a legendary dinosaur which featured massively in the original Jurassic Park, and that's right, it's the Dilophosaurus. We know it was on Isla Nublar because it was in Jurassic Park. It killed Dennis Nedry, right? So where is it then in Jurassic World? Because we know it features in the holoscape. We also know that the guy in the gyrosphere talks about Dilophosaurus venom.
Your safety is our main concern, which is why you're behind our invisible barrier system, which protects you from things like Dilophosaurus venom.
Indicating the Dilophosaurus was somewhere. We know that the Dilophosaurus was never held publicly in Jurassic World. It was not even listed on the official website. And in the book, The Evolution of Clay, she actually confirmed that there was a pack of the animals in the park during 2004, implying they were taken off public display at some point. And where were they being held, you ask? Well, the restricted section, because we also know that Jurassic World vets were trained to treat a common fungal infection in the folds of their frills. And not to mention, Darius in Camp Cretaceous Season 3 actually encounters a Dilophosaurus and draws it in his Jurassic World field guide. Now, there's some extremely interesting dinosaurs on this list, and one of them is the Ceratosaurus. Now, we first see the Ceratosaurus on Isla Sorna, believe it or not, in Jurassic Park 3. So then how would a dinosaur on Isla Sorna feature in the restricted section on Isla Nublar? Well, when they were stock in Jurassic World, back in the early 2000s, they were taking dinosaurs from Isla Sorna, and one of those dinosaurs was the Ceratosaurus. And we know this to be true because we see the Ceratosaurus in Camp Cretaceous. But the Ceratosaurus was never officially featured on any Jurassic World list. That's because it was kept in the restricted section. Because the restricted section was used to house the most dangerous dinosaurs, and dinosaurs experienced genome testing to make them more stable life forms fit for the public. And that's where some pretty horrific and strange dinosaurs come into play. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Indominus Rex because we know the Indominus Rex was in there, the Scorpius Rex was in there, and if you want to know all the details, etc., check out my other video. But one dinosaur we know is canon to Jurassic World, wasn't in the films, but would have had to have been somewhere, was the Troodon. Now, I know what you're thinking, the Troodon is from Jurassic World, the game, right? So, and we know that's soft canon. So how can it be canon to Jurassic World and the movie franchise? Well, there's actually a Troodon featured in Jurassic World, the live tour, and the live tour is canon to the Jurassic World movie franchise. And the only place on Earth they could clone a Troodon would be Jurassic World. We know it was never featured in any media, wasn't on display to the public, so would have been kept in the restricted section. And if it's anything like the ones from Jurassic Park the game, it's best to keep them and leave them there. But they are not the only creepy dark things on the list, because there are a few more. And as you know, in the restricted section they were up to some pretty dodgy things, creating the Indominus Rex. And to make the Indominus Rex they needed various genomes. Now, some of these genomes I featured in the other videos, such as the giganotosaurus, etc., and we have evidence to back up they were actually cloned. So then it got me thinking, did they clone the other animals in the makeup, such as the therizinosuaurs? Because we know they cloned the Deinosuchus, because that was from a deleted scene in Fallen Kingdom. As you can see here, that was part of the Indominus Rex. So would they have cloned the therizinosaurus then? Because we know they would have the complete genome to build the Indominus Rex. So surely they would have cloned the animal, right? And you might be thinking, well, they have it in Jurassic World Dominion. Unfortunately, the one in Jurassic World Dominion was actually confirmed to be cloned by Biosyn, not poached from anywhere else. So if they did have the therizinosaurus in Jurassic World, the only place it would have been is off limits from the public, not publicized anyway, and in the restricted section. And something else which is extremely puzzling is this holoscape which you see here. And on this holoscape, it features several dinosaurs which are not promoted in Jurassic World or on display. And one of them blew my mind. But just before I reveal that, quick reminder, keep yourself hydrated, get yourself some GAMERSUPPS, use the link on screen now and code SHADOWS for 10% off your next order. It's a great way to drink more water and keep yourself hydrated. hydrated. And speaking of water, that is where the next animal comes from, believe it or not, because on this holoscape, you actually see what looks like a plesiosaur. Well, not looks like, is a plesiosaur. And as you know, there was no plesiosaur featured to the public in Jurassic World, although we did see a Nothosaurus in Camp Cretaceous Season 4. That was on Manticore Island. And as we know, Manticore were poaching dinosaurs off of Isla Nublar and also stealing genomes because they were using Sammy to steal the genomes of other dinosaurs and deliver it to Manticore. So it's highly likely that A, they poached this off Isla Nublar itself, or B, got the genome from the animal directly from Sammy. Not to mention, it was never revealed where they birthed the Mosasaurus, and they would need an aquatic unit for that. And if you look at the restricted section carefully on the Jurassic World official maps, you'll see a body of water that could easily house some other dinosaurs. Not to mention, in the original Jurassic Park, it was planned to have a Plesiosaurus pond where they would tour it on a little boat. And even further to this, which is extremely interesting, is in deleted concept art, they actually plan to have an underwater, like submarine, explore a lake with plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs in there, meaning they would have had to have had those plesiosaurs somewhere, birth them somewhere, and where else? The restricted section. But we're not done there. Sticking with the aquatic theme, we also know that Jurassic World Evolution 2 is releasing a DLC pack, and that features a megalodon, believe it or not. Now, we know Jurassic World Evolution 2 is not canon to the Jurassic World movie universe, but nevertheless, it's extremely interesting. Am I saying they kept a megalodon in the restricted section? No. We've never seen a great white shark or anything above in any zoo in the entire world. And that's because they simply cannot live in captivity for various unknown reasons. And speaking of evidence and the holoscape, if you look closely at that, there are several other dinosaurs which are on there as well. And I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of it, but let's give it a go. The Alaphosaurus, the Critosaurus, the Leslosaurus, the Nipposaurus, all of which were on the holoscape, but never featured in Jurassic World. So it's highly likely they were using these for genome testing or the makeup of other hybrids in the future, such as the Stegoceratops, and were kept in the restricted section. And something else which I found extremely interesting, and I never really even thought of at the time or even watching the movie, and was housed in the restricted section, believe it or not, was the velociraptors. And I'm not just talking about the raptor squad, which I'll come back to later. I'm talking about actual velociraptors from the original Jurassic Park and from Isla Sorna. We know that Masrani Global cloned several velociraptors as part of the Ibris project. Some of them were terminated for various reasons, and the others went on to form the actual raptor pack, Blue, Charlie, Delta, etc. But as we know, they were poaching dinosaurs off of Isla Sorna. The quilled raptors, for example, from Jurassic Park 3, the tiger raptors, these would have all have been brought to Jurassic World. They couldn't be displayed to the public and would have had to have been kept in the restricted section. We know they used velociraptor DNA in the makeup of hybrids, so it's highly likely there were other velociraptors featured on that island. Not to mention, we see other velociraptors in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, poached directly from Isla Nublar, confirming there were other velociraptors in the restricted section. And further to that, all the dinosaurs so far have been backed up with various evidence, apart from the therizinosuaurs, to show that they was featured in Jurassic World and would have been part of the restricted section. This next one, however, is slightly more mysterious, although does feature in Jurassic Park itself. And it is a personal favourite of mine, and that is the Tylosaurus. It's very much like the Mosasaurus, but slightly different in design. Now, this was part of Jurassic Park the game and was going to feature in Jurassic Park 3, but was later cut, or at least hinted to some type of aquatic animal. We know Masrani Global and Jurassic World would have had a huge aquatic facility for the Mosasaurus, the Plesiosaurus, the Nothosaurus, so there is potential they could have cloned a Tylosaurus like they did in Jurassic Park, although there is no evidence to support this apart from Jurassic Park the game and the deleted Jurassic Park 3 aquatic animal. But nevertheless, I wanted to bring it to your attention anyway. And if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out part 1 because it features dinosaurs and animals which are not part of this list and are all backed up by evidence to prove they were in the restricted section. Check out the video here. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe for plenty more content like this, and there's loads on the channel. I'd like to thank my YouTube members who keep the electricity and power on in the park. Your names are on screen now with special mentions to Mr. Sharp Banana, William, and DVM Wannabe 1018. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you very much. And thank you for watching till the very end. Can I solve all Jurassic Park and world related mysteries? You bet Jurassic can. Catch you later.